Hello! So the subject of this video is what can we expect to see in Battlefield 4 in 2016, and what do we hope we can see in Battlefield 4 in 2016. Now I think the options this year are going to be pretty limited because a lot of the work is going to shift over to testing things for Battlefield 5. So CTE is probably not going to be a Battlefield 4 development experience anymore. It's going to be a more testing experience and trying things out for Battlefield 5, which we know is coming at the end of this year because the EA financial report says it is. But that's a subject for another video. Patches. What are we going to see in Battlefield 4? Well, I think we're probably going to see two major patches, a spring and a summer. I'm not sure we'll see a major autumn patch because that's going to be a bit too close into the beta period for the next Battlefield. So what can we expect to see in those patches? Well, I think we're going to see two new maps because currently on the CTE are the nighttime versions of Siege of Shanghai and Caspian Border. Now these originally appeared the same time as the nighttime version of Zavod. So as a lot of the work is already done on those, I think we're probably going to see those released in 2016. Something else we definitely know is happening is that the DICE LA camo from the Dragon Valley Easter egg is going to lose its night vision blocking abilities because it wasn't really intended to be there. But that does bring up the subject of night vision because at the moment it's too good and can be used in daytime maps. I think what we should see is the night vision scopes being a bit less effective in daylight. They've improved the field of view of the scopes, they've improved the image quality, and essentially the FLIR is a 2x scope that makes everybody glow. It needs some kind of penalty for using it in the daylight. I think we're also going to see some improvements to the netcode this year, particularly when it comes to smaller numbers of players. So I think what we might see is that the netcode ramping up as the player numbers go down, because we've had some statements from EA saying they want a competitive Battlefield game. So I think we might see some special netcode tweaks for 5v5 servers and 10v10 servers. Now this may just be on the community test environment. I don't know if it will come over into Battlefield 4. Is there really much point developing a competitive scene for Battlefield 4 when you've got a new Battlefield game coming out at the end of the year? And that might be a bit of a theme for the community test environment this year. We're going to see new features and changes made that aren't going to appear in Battlefield 4. They're going to be testing those changes for Battlefield 5. The community test environment gives them a perfect opportunity to test future things without actually letting players loose on the new game. If you've got a pool of Battlefield players who are prepared to test things out, then why not use them to develop your future game as well as your current game? Now unfortunately for the console players, this is probably only going to be the PC version of CTE. DICE have a lot more freedom as to what they can throw at the PC version. They don't have to go through Microsoft certification. They can just make a change, see what people think and change it back if they want. So DICE's plan for 2016 is going to be keep people interested in Battlefield 4. Throw out the nighttime maps, throw out some fixes, maybe throw out some remodelled guns. An M4 redressed as an M16 or one of the AK platforms reskinned as an AK-47. But the CTE environment is going to move from a Battlefield 4 development tool into an engine and Battlefield 5 testing tool. Now that doesn't mean we're going to see anything directly that's going to appear in Battlefield 5, but what we will see on the CTE is hints towards what might be coming in Battlefield 5. So maybe weapon tweaks and balance changes, but that's the subject for the next video. Thanks for watching.